Let's stop pretending. We've all stood on that invisible front line, pacing in a quiet hallway, gripping the steering wheel in a dark parking lot, or standing paralyzed at the edge of a life-altering choice, unable to decide if you should charge forward or retreat into the safety of the shadows. In that silence, the coward's whisper starts crawling into your ear. It's the same old poison. Who do you think you are? You're a fraud. You're stepping into a battle you can't win. And when you fall, the world is going to watch you bleed. That voice isn't the truth. It isn't a premonition. It is simply the sound of a low battery. That battery is your confidence. Today, I want to talk to you about the single most important tool in your human arsenal. Confidence isn't some nice-to-have personality trait reserved for the charismatic elite, the CEOs, or the stage performers. It is the engine that drives your life. It is the difference between being a spectator in your own journey and being the driver. If self-esteem is the foundation of the house, confidence is the electricity that makes everything work. Without it, you're just sitting in the dark. Understanding the mechanics, what confidence actually is. Before we can build it, we have to define it. So, what is confidence? Most people get this fundamentally wrong. They think confidence is the absence of fear. They think it means walking into a room knowing, with 100% certainty, that you are the smartest, the best looking, or the most capable person there. It isn't. If you wait for the fear to go away before you act, you will be waiting forever. Confidence is not the absence of fear, it is the mastery of it. It is the belief in your ability to figure it out. It isn't knowing you'll succeed, it's knowing you'll be okay even if you don't. It's the trust you have in your own capacity to learn, adapt, and keep moving forward. Confidence is a muscle, not a birthright. Nobody is born confident. We are born curious, and then life, criticism, and failure start to build layers of hesitation over that curiosity. Building confidence is simply the process of stripping those layers back and training your action muscle until it's ironclad. Why confidence is your only non-negotiable asset. 1. The risk-taker advantage. The world does not reward the person who knows the most. It rewards the person who acts. We all know someone who is less talented than us, less educated than us, but more successful than us. Why? Because they had the confidence to start before they felt ready. Confidence is the bridge between thinking about it and doing it. Without it, your best ideas die in your head and someone else eventually gets the credit for them. 2. The power of certainty. Human beings are biologically wired to follow certainty. In an evolutionary sense, we looked for the person who seemed the most sure of the path. When you speak with confidence, people listen, not necessarily because your words are perfect, but because your conviction is visible. When you carry yourself with confidence, you emit a silent language that opens doors. It creates a halo effect where people assume you are competent because you appear confident. 3. Resilience to the social mirror. When you lack confidence, you are at the mercy of the social mirror, the opinions and critiques of everyone around you. One negative comment can ruin your week. But when you build an internal reservoir of confidence, someone else's opinion becomes interesting data rather than a devastating blow. You become much harder to knock off course because your validation comes from your own track record, not someone else's applause. Here is the blueprint of how to build your inner fortress. You don't wake up one day and suddenly have confidence. You build it through intentional, repeated action. You cannot think your way into confidence. You have to act your way into it. Here is your multi-layered blueprint. Layer 1, the small wins strategy, stacking evidence. You cannot lie to your brain. You can look in the mirror and say, "I am a lion," all day. But if you spend the whole day hiding under the covers and breaking promises to yourself, your brain knows you're lying. Confidence is built on proof. Here is the move. You need to become a person who keeps their word to themselves. Tomorrow, set 3 tiny goals, not change the world goals. I'm talking about wake up on the first alarm, drink 2 liters of water, and clear my inbox. Here is the result. Every time you check a box, you are casting a vote for the person you want to become. You are providing your brain with concrete evidence. I am a person who does what they say they are going to do. Over time, these small wins stack up into a mountain of evidence that makes big confidence inevitable. Layer 2, master the internal narrative. We are all engaged in a 24/7 internal monologue. For most of us, that narrator is a jerk. It highlights every flaw and ignores every victory. The move. You must move from being a victim of your thoughts to being the director of them. Use the "what if it goes right" technique. Whenever your brain offers a catastrophic scenario, force it to offer a positive one. The tool. Preparation is the death of anxiety. If you're nervous about a speech, don't just be confident, practice it 50 times. Confidence is often just competence in disguise. Layer 3, get comfortable with the cringe. The biggest barrier to confidence is the fear of looking stupid. We are so afraid of the cringe that we stay in our comfort zones until they become our cages. The move. Lean into the discomfort. Treat your life like a scientist treats an experiment. If you try something and it fails, you haven't failed, you've just gathered data on what doesn't work. The practice. Do 1 comfort zone challenge a day. Ask for a discount at a coffee shop. Hold eye contact with a stranger for 1 second longer than usual. Once you realize that the world doesn't end when you are awkward, your fear loses its power. Layer 4, physiology as a biohack. Your body and your mind are a feedback loop. If you are slouched, looking at your feet, and taking up as little space as possible, you are literally telling your brain to produce cortisol, the stress hormone. The move. Use the power pose. Stand tall, pull your shoulders back, take up space. Research shows that changing your posture for just 2 minutes can actually shift your hormonal balance, increasing testosterone, dominance, confidence, and decreasing cortisol. Act like the version of you that is already confident, and your chemistry will eventually catch up to the performance. I want you to take a moment and visualize the version of yourself that is operating at 100% confidence. Imagine walking into a room, any room, knowing that regardless of whether you win or lose, succeed or fail, you have the tools to handle it. Imagine the weight that would lift off your shoulders if you stopped caring about the judgment of people who aren't even thinking about you anyway. That person isn't a fantasy. That person is you minus the hesitation. Confidence is the ultimate gift you give yourself. It is the permit that allows you to explore the full extent of your potential. Stop waiting for the feeling of confidence to arrive before you start. The feeling is the reward for starting. The action comes first, the confidence follows. Go out there today and break a promise you made to your fear. Make a new promise to your potential.